let's dive into some college football this weekend because this is how you move yourself up in the rankings. First matchup, big time matchup. LSU on the road against Alabama. LSU's first game without Brian Kelly. Both teams coming off a bye, and obviously LSU looking to kind of get that. I don't want to use the word excitement, but obviously that energy from getting a new coach and just kind of put what happened behind them and get ready for this back end of the season. And obviously Alabama's playing as good as anyone at the moment right now. Incredible stretch of games that they had before the bye. If any team needed a bye, it was Alabama, Georgia, Vandy, Missouri, Tennessee, 4 teams ranked inside the top 25 right now. And then a tough game on the road against South Carolina. They needed a little bit of a reset. It came at a great time for them. Now taking one of their biggest rivals at home this weekend. What are your initial thoughts on the Crimson Tide versus the Tigers this weekend, EMAC?
Yeah, I think this is going to be like roadkill. I mean, I think Alabama scores in bunches. I think this offense gets it re-going. I mean, a little bit of a funky game, against South Carolina, and had to have some magic to win that game, to come back and to find a way to march down the field and get it done, which they did. I believe they were down 8 with maybe 4 or 5 minutes left in the game, in Columbia there, and they found a way and they got it done. Defense did their thing, offense did their thing. And did their part. And I mean, this is clearly a hurting, LSU team, with all the change, with physical pains and guys not being out, not being able to go, full speed here. I think Bama is playing, as you just mentioned, as well as anybody in the country since getting embarrassed, that week 1, and how crazy it seems like that was years ago. I mean, and totally just different universe with that happening against Florida State and Tallahassee right there. But since that game, they figured it out. And the biggest concern for me with Alabama the rest of the way is just the continuity of that run game and the consistency of that run game. And where does it come from? Who does it come from? I don't think you really want it to be, Bernard. I don't think you want him to have to do all of that. I think you want him to be a receiver. But, you do what it takes. And whatever that looks like, I know they'll be ready to roll. But the fact that Ty is playing at this level. I mean, 20-1 touchdown to interception ratio, great completion percentage, great pocket presence.
Ooh.
He's balling, man. And LSU cannot get after the quarterback, right? Like they just haven't done that super consistently. If he has time, I mean, we could be talking about a 15, 17-point game here.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that one. I think let's look at like LSU and kind of where they are defensively. I mean, they got absolutely torched a week and a half ago versus A&M. The good thing for them is they're not facing a mobile quarterback. I think you look at last year's game and Jalen Milroe ran all over them there in LSU. You look back a week ago, Marcel Reed ran all over them. And obviously it hurts that Whit Weeks is not playing. I think you've seen this defense really take a step back without their star linebacker, who's kind of like their voice, their energy, their leader, getting everyone set up, getting guys organized, getting guys motivated. And you don't have that person in the middle of your defense. It kind of feels like everything is taking a significant drop back. I mean, we're talking about one of the best linebackers in the country in Whit Weeks. Does not look like he's going to play again this weekend, dealing with, I believe, some sort of bone bruise in his ankle or some sort of ankle issue. So that's a huge loss going against this Alabama offense that has speed, that can push the ball vertical, that can push the ball horizontal as well. You need that guy getting guys lined up, especially on the road. So that's a huge loss for them right there. But at least, like I said, you don't have to face a mobile quarterback, which has given them some troubles. I still think this LSU defense is really good. I think they're talented. I think they're pissed off based on the embarrassing performance that they had a week and a half ago. I think Baker's still one of the premier defense coordinators in college football. They will be better. So don't take the game versus A&M as like oh my gosh, this defense is crap. I think this was a team kind of gave up on Brian Kelly. That's a very multiple offense with a mobile quarterback at A&M, and things just spiraled out of control really, really fast. And it kind of felt like they threw in the towel a little bit on both sides of the football. So I think the defense can play better. I think they will play better. And I think Garrett Nussmeier, honestly, his last 2 games before the bye was getting healthier and was playing some better football. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Eric, but like if he's healthy, you saw it versus LSU. We saw it some of the past 2 games. When he's healthy, he's dangerous. And we've seen this Alabama defense struggle at times. So like, I'm not going to go in here and just say that that this game is going to be a bloodbath from ready, set, go. I think LSU is going to come out swinging. if they can keep it close in the first half, I think it's interesting. If Alabama does get up early, I do wonder if they throw in the white flag like they did versus A&M, though.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm thinking, man. I think that you're right. Maybe the first series or two, it's rah rah. We're free. We got a new coach. This is who we are. We practice different. You heard what Coach Baker was saying. Like, can you give me real looks in practice? Like, what the hell were they doing before? Were they just doing
Yep.
walkthrough over there? Which is crazy to see a coach's mindset and how differently that can alter things. But I think that when things get tough, it's going to be woe is me, poor us. Here we go, and Bama's going to be like, get out of the way. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here's a bunch of points for you. I just think they're playing too well. I hear everything you're saying. I think it just adds up on them in a hurry. The number's 10.5. Obviously, the
Ooh.
Tide favored there. I'm taking the Tide. Like I said, I think this is more of a 17 plus type of game. I feel good about that.
I'll take LSU the points. I think LSU is too good defensively. I think Garrett with the bye week gonna be even healthier. I love their tight end. I like their receivers. I do worry about that offensive line, obviously on the road. I mean, last time we saw them too, they got absolutely torched by A&M's defensive line. Like, and that was at home without the crowd noise going against you. So I am a little bit worried about the health of Garrett Nussmeier and him staying healthy. But I just think a rivalry game, we saw it Georgia, Florida this past weekend. I think LSU can keep it close. I think Alabama wins, but I think LSU could keep it maybe to 10 points. So I like the fact that there's a little bit of a hook there
Like the hook.
at 10.5.
Good for you.
Give me that hook. Give me that hook. All right, so that is the Alabama hosting LSU this weekend. The big one in the Big 12. BYU on the road against Texas Tech, number 7 versus number 8. And the Big 12 is just a fascinating, wild league this year, a fun to watch. I've been lucky enough to have had the chance to cover BYU ones, to cover some other Big 12 games. It is loaded with talent and talented teams, but no two better than these two teams right now. Texas Tech built their roster in the offseason for games like this. BYU, when they lost their quarterback with all the scandal and everything, and he ends up going to Tulane, I did not think that they would be in a position right now with a true freshman quarterback wearing the number 47 and Bear Bachmeier to be a top 10 team in the first ratings. But here they are, good team on both sides of football. Bears playing lights out. Kind of where are you leaning in this one initially right now, Emac?
Yeah, I'm a big believer in BYU, man. I just think that they're a really good football team. I think they're a very physical football team. And can you kind of exert your will here? Can you lean on this great rushing attack? Can you lean on the physicality of your defense? And the interesting thing, honestly, is these teams are a little bit of a mirror for each other. Statistically, the way that they want to play. Now, it is interesting just from the quarterback situation with Texas Tech and the recent injury and Morton coming back and losing their freshman to a season-ending injury there when Morton was out. But they're not afraid to run the football either. They're not afraid to go ground and pound. And I like the versatility of their running backs. They will use them as receivers. They will run them inside, outside, everything in between. And they also have some good defensive guys that will get after it. I mean, you look what Bailey's been doing from the linebacker position, kind of the edge, as you
Dude,
like to
they got
call it
some
there.
legit linebackers.
Yeah, 12 sacks. I mean, that's crazy. This guy is getting to the quarterback in a hurry. He is a nuisance. And how can he get in the head of this freshman in Bear here? I do lean BYU. I think that when you look at the number, the fact that Texas Tech is favored by 10.5 to me is bonkers. But I was dead wrong about this league last week. We'll
Okay.
see if I am this week. I'm going to take the points and take BYU. I think that's a huge number.
Well, I think the narrative of like, okay, let's make Bear, and this was early in the season, like when I covered in week 3, the narrative was make Bear Bachmeier beat you and
Mhm.
stop LJ Martin. Well, guess what? Iowa State did that a week ago, stopped LJ Martin only 15 yards on the ground, and guess what? Bear went off
Yeah.
for like 307 yards. You talk about a quarterback that has, I think, close to 20 touchdowns total this year, only 3 interceptions. He's protecting the football. He's throwing it a lot better than he did early on. He's running it extremely well as was too. So it's not like this is an offense where you can say, okay, make the freshman beat us. Like, no, he can beat you. And they have talent on the outside of the receiving position. So I think that is going to be fascinating to see. Can he handle the front 7 of Texas Tech when things get tough, when there is pressure, when the pocket's not pretty?
Yeah.
Does he just get out there and run? Is he willing to stay in there and make some tough throws down, face the barrel essentially? That's gonna be interesting because I mean, this is a Texas Tech team that a week ago I thought Kansas State has been playing really well, especially as of late. Avery Johnson's been playing really, really well, and they shut him down.
Right.
Forced 2 interceptions, really didn't allow him to get anything going in the air or on the ground. So I was like, okay, like this defense is legit. This defense is the number one defense in the Big 12, and that was a really impressive performance against an offense and a football team that really has been playing well in the Wildcats. So, how do I feel in this one? Which way am I leaning? I love BYU's team. I love the story of Baron Bachmeier and just how he just continues to get better and better and better. I just think Texas Tech is too good. I think more and healthy and without the worry of a freshman quarterback taking my job because he's out due to injury, I think it's going to be playing free. So I do like Texas Tech to win the game. What's at 10.5 as well?
Yeah.
I'll lean BYU to keep it close. So I think BYU's defense is
Okay.
good enough to keep it close, maybe get a turnover, maybe get an interception. I think Bear will be just fine, but I think Texas Tech just overall at home is the better football team. So I'll lean Red Raiders for the
Yeah.
win,
It's gonna be a fun
but
matchup
BYU in the
regardless.
cover.
It's gonna be cool to watch.
Oh, it's gonna be a great football game. Another great football game. Look at us getting out of the Big Ten and SEC, talking some other conferences. Tulane, Memphis, Friday night. Tulane got smoked their last game. Shocking.
Yeah, rock.
UTSA
Yeah.
48-20 quarterback for UTSA went just ham. 31 of 33, 4 touchdowns. I mean, made it look like it was 7-on-7 out there. So Tulane is due for a bounce back game because the defense is significantly better than the last time we saw them play against UTSA. Back to you first on this one. Thoughts? I mean, the American is, as
Yeah.
we know, going to be probably the conference that puts forth a team into the playoffs. You like Memphis as being that team right now. I like North Texas. Does Memphis get it done at home?
Yeah, I think Brennan Lewis is the real deal for the Memphis quarterback there. I mean, he has been so good, with his arm, with his legs. I mean, Mr. Do It All. It was funny when we had that, talked about that USF game a couple of weeks ago, and we're so excited about how big that was. Of course, Memphis lost going into that game, so it took kind of the spark and fireworks out of it. But then they get the huge dub, and they out physical USF, who we saw, hammer Florida and test Miami early for a little bit there, ultimately losing to those guys. Beat BYU early in the season when, or excuse me, Boise State, when those guys were ranked and everybody thought they were just going to be the shoe in for the college football playoff there. So Memphis, again, very physical. Love what they're getting from him. Probably need to see some other guys around him step up, just because he does have to be Mr. Do It All from most of the time there in Brennan Lewis. And, I think that it's interesting dynamic because you do have that wounded animal in Tulane who just lost and just got whipped. But can they sit there in Memphis say, that sucks for y'all? We're good. We're going full speed ahead here. I like Memphis a lot. I think they play with a chip on their shoulder, love them in this game, and think that they're going to be able to continue to make noise and go for this playoff, man.
See, I'm gonna go with Tulane on this one. I don't expect Retzloff to have as bad as a game as he did a
Sure.
week
Yeah, it was
ago.
bad. Yeah.
It was a bad game, and I've seen him play this year, and you know how good he is running the football and throwing the football. Yeah, they lack playmakers on the outside, so I think there's moments where he has to kind of feel like he has to do it all himself too. But you said like Brendan Lewis is Superman on that football team. Like they are not completely one dimensional because I think the running backs are decent, but like
Right.
he has to be electric on the ground. He has to be electric. He's not Superman necessarily with his arm, but it has to be good enough with his arm and then be really, really good with his legs for this offense to have success. So I do worry about that against a Tulane team that I think is going to come out there pissed off after how bad they played against UTSA. So I like the upset here. I'm leaning towards Tulane winning this
Mm,
football game.
come on.
What's the spread?
5.5, 5.5 Memphis.
I'll take it, baby. Give me
Yeah, I
all
mean,
of
you're
it.
thinking they just win. Yeah. Go
I
ahead
think
and
they
take
just
money line.
win.
Do it. No, I
Okay.
think Memphis does it, man. I think Memphis does it. I think because what are you gonna say? Tulane was just looking ahead. I mean, were they looking
You know
ahead to
what? I'm
Memphis?
going to
Well,
be
it's here
in
now.
Memphis
Here
Friday
it is.
night. I
Yeah.
may just go to this game.
You might as well. You're hanging out.
I mean, why not? Let's go. Let's go get a little American action on a Friday night, baby. Let's go. I'm about to text my crew. We're going to the Memphis game. Let's go. All right. Go eat some barbecue and then go watch a little Memphis football. That's gonna be
Not
my
bad.
Friday night.
Not bad.
All right. Let's get back to the SEC a little bit. Another top 25 matchup. Texas A&M on the road against Missouri. And I'll get first crack on this one. I love A&M. You love A&M. I think everyone loves A&M. Great football team. I think there is a case for that team to be ranked number 1, no doubt about it. I mean, they are playing so well on defense. You got what you need on that side of the football, and it may be one of the best offenses in the country right now the way they're playing. Elite offensive line play, elite receiving play, at the moment. You have elite quarterback play with his arm. We talked about the improvement that he's making as a thrower week after week after week. And then we know how good he is running the football. Go back and watch that game against LSU. There is no weakness on that offense. It is as good as anyone in the country. I love this A&M football team,
Yeah, I do too,
but
man.
I really like Missouri's defense at
Okay,
home. If
okay,
there's a defense that can bottle up and control Marcel Reed and make him truly a pocket quarterback,
think so.
it's gonna be Missouri. I mean, look at the teams they face that have running quarterbacks. Pavia held him to 20 yards rushing, held Jackson Arnold to 14 yards rushing. Sellers, negative 28 yards rushing
Mm. Mm.
in that game. Obviously, sacks play a big part in that, but still, like, did not let Sellers get going running the football. They have the edge guys in the front seven that are fast, that are physical, that play, that contain. We can contain and get after a quarterback because we're that good on that side of the football to where like the Zion Young, the Damon Wilson, I think they can slow down this offense a little bit. So no matter
Yeah,
how good I think this offense is for A&M, I think Missouri's got a little kryptonite to slow it down a little bit.
yeah, and just looking at the health of the backs in Texas A&M, and seeing, is a buddy going to get back sooner than later? Is he out for a little bit? What is that going to look like for them? But I think there's so many weapons, right? Like when you see Craver and Concepcion just doing their thing, and then you got the tight end play from time to time that you do, and just the dynamic nature of Marcel Reed added along with a Mike Elko defense, like this team is good. I mean, they're really good. And Cassius, the things that he's done from the defensive end position there, he's going to another level. Looks like a Super Saiyan out there, talking junk and delivering
Yep.
time after time after time. And man, they're just stingy. I think that this is a great opportunity for them to really flex their muscles here, to show how elite they are, and they're built to stop the run. That's what they do. That's how
Yep.
Coach Elko throughout his career has hung his hat on being a upfront type guy that we're shutting this down. And
Yep.
I just don't know if Missouri will sit back and say, "Yep, we're going to throw it 45 times and we're fine with that." And if they
Yeah.
can't get the run game going, which they have great players too, that could be a long day for them.
Well, I think the mindset's going to be, I mean, Matt Zollers is going to make his first career start. A freshman quarterback, no more Bo Perbula, unfortunately, after the injury in their last game. And I thought Matt made some really nice throws. So, like, you got, but you're going to your first start. You're the guy. There's going to be some nerves, and you're going against this defense. And you just watched Cassius Howell literally rip out LSU's heart over and over again and hit their quarterback in a way that I said, 2 weeks ago, felt like I could feel the pain when I was calling my game there at Arizona State. So, um, how can he handle the nerves? And I think the best way
Exactly.
to do that is Ahmad Hardy has to be able to run the football. It's been now 3 straight games without 100 yards. I mean, we talk about one of the best running backs in the country the first 6 games of the season, 5 games of the season,
Oh.
looking like everything that we thought he would be. And not that he's looked bad by any means, but just not has been as productive early on.
Mhm.
This is a game where if Missouri is going to win, Ahmad Hardy's going to have to run for a buck 50,
At
at
least,
least a
and
buck
have
50.
some screen games, some receiving games,
Yes.
slow that down. But how would you? I mean, you've been in this position as the quarterback. What affected you? Like if you were Elko and company, and you're on the road, which defense travels, we all know that. So he doesn't have the crowd to deal with, but he does have those monsters. What confused you as a young player that you would expect A&M to present to this freshman getting in there for the first time as a
Well, I don't know
starter?
if it's just confusing. I would think just hitting him.
Yeah,
I think
just
I
the
think it's hitting
physically
him.
daunting looking over and be like, "Oh, crap," like,
Yeah,
here.
I think you hit him early. I think you let him know this is what SEC football is about.
Mhm,
I think
mhm.
even if you're not getting sacks, if you're hitting him and he's like once again, he just saw Nussmeier get destroyed in the game,
Right.
and you're just like, "Oh my god, like I'm out." So you get a few hits, and then it's in the back of your mind, like, "Oh my, this is I'm gonna get, I have 4 quarters of this?
Yeah,
I got 4 quarters of this? Like, I gotta
right.
deal with this all day?" And then all of a sudden you start rushing your throws, so I mean, I think for Missouri and them offensively, it's the key is gonna be run the football, screen game, quick game, get the ball out. Even at time, go like 5 wide, go empty. You know, a lot of
Mhm.
these young quarterbacks grew up playing in spread offenses. So a lot of times when you go empty, you see the weakness, you see the green grass, you know where your hots are, you know where you're not protected, and you're able to just get the ball out of your hands quickly. I think that
Wow.
that's helpful for a young quarterback. Obviously,
So
bootlegs, like
if they go
make it
empty though,
easy.
it's a chess match to go press man and to mess up timing and say, "Okay, you don't have protection back there, here we come."
Yeah, I mean, do
Yeah,
that defensively, but I think Missouri's got some dudes on offense where you know where your best matchup is, you just take a shot. You don't have to
yeah,
think. I
yeah.
mean, man to man, you don't have to think. It's just like, okay,
Mhm,
where's my matchup?
mhm.
You know,
Good
where can I
point.
throw the football? You want to go press across the board? I'll take 3 hits and get the ball to my hands.
Yeah.
So there's always answers. There's no doubt about it, but this is a big time moment for him, and I do not envy him going against that defense. That is for sure
Have fun.
at all.
6.5's the number. Where you at? Favor of the
Oh, I
Aggies,
think
though.
A&M rolls. I think A&M rolls.
Rolls. Double digits
I think
rolls?
A&M is just are they may be the best team in the country.
I like it. I'm with you. I think they roll too.
Freshman quarterback first start? No,
Mhm.
no chance.
Cash is licking I
If
mean,
Pribula
Cash
was
is gonna be
playing
talking so much shit. I cannot
yes,
wait.
yes. Alright, let's get to the Big Ten. Oregon on the road against Iowa. Oregon
This
probably a
game
little
got a
bit
lot bigger since we added it to the schedule here with the rankings.
well, I mean, I think Oregon's probably gonna be a little bit pissed off after getting ranked number 9 in the country. And listen, they have not played as well as we all expected to, especially that last game versus Wisconsin. Just very
Yeah.
disappointed. The lack of explosiveness from that offense against a Wisconsin defense that, yeah, is really good against the run, but not great against the pass. And they could not get the pass game going in that matchup. So I'm a little bit concerned with their inability to get going now going on the road against Iowa, knowing how good Iowa's defense is. And you look about Iowa and some teams that compared to Oregon, they faced Indiana and held Indiana to 20 points. So this is not a, oh, Oregon's gonna show up and just out athletic Iowa and they're just gonna beat them. Iowa's, as always, is a stingy team, tough to beat, and tough to put a lot of points on the board.
Yeah.
Can Iowa score on Oregon? I don't know about that. We'll get into that too. But EMAC, like, I think Oregon's gonna struggle to score points against Iowa.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they probably will. I mean, you look at their schedule here. You bring up the 20-15 loss, against Indiana. They blank Wisconsin 30-0. They kill Minnesota 41-3. I mean, this defense is just nasty, and they
Mhm.
will knock you out. I mean, it's what they've always had. It's who they always are. Big, strong guys that are now more athletic. They now can fly around a little bit. And I'm interested to see how does Oregon fare against that. There was a team that we thought, just with Dan Lanning and his mentality, big bad bruisers, and we're not afraid of anybody. And they get dog walked by Indiana, and then you see the game against Penn State, which at the time we thought was this oh my god amazing thing, but it's not. It's not that at all. And really, maybe it was then just because, but they're still the same team. I know their quarterback is hurt since, but everybody else defensively and company, still there. So it is interesting to me just to see what Oregon team shows up because you're right that performance in Wisconsin just had me wanting for so much more. I think they're as skilled as anybody. I think they're as deep as anybody, but can it all come together and get out there on the same page, especially at a place like Iowa, going against a team like Iowa, who wants to physically embarrass you and just try to knock you out there. So I'm fascinated just to see what this looks like, who shows up. Can all those playmakers on the edge, in the backfield, at tight end, can they step up for Oregon and be who they are? And if they do, then maybe they can run away with it a little bit. But I don't know, man. I
I
don't
don't know
know
if
if
they
they're
can.
ready for
Like
that.
I said, like, I mean, the fact that Iowa held Fernando Mendoza 13 to 23 for 233
Yeah.
and just knowing how good that I mean, Indiana has handled everyone, including Oregon. I mean, handled. They're embarrassing teams. There's a reason why
Yeah.
they're number 2, and some people thought, including you, that they're the number 1 team in the country for this first ranking, and they held them to 20 points. I just laid down the stats that Fernando had. So I don't know what's wrong with Oregon because you laid out like from Moore to Sadiq at tight end and Bryant Jr. and Benson, like they are so fast, so talented, so gifted. Dante Moore is everything you want when it comes to not only this level, but projecting for the NFL as well. But just something is not clicking. right now, and I don't know if this is the game to get it back clicking, and not saying they're gonna lose, I think Oregon finds a way to win because once again, like, I don't trust Iowa's offense, like, Gronowski is been doing a good job running the football, still do not trust him as a passer. They they don't they just they're Iowa, they can't score, they're not good on offense. They don't have play. In a game like this, and I know, like, "Oh, look, go back and look at some of the other games they're scoring points." Okay, like, against who? Come on.
Yeah,
Against
Minnesota.
legitimate teams,
Yeah.
they are going to struggle to score more than 17 points. I don't think that's any different. I think Oregon wins this game 20-17, like,
Mm,
a very similar feel to, like,
mm.
the Indiana game. It is not
Yeah.
going to be a sexy Oregon performance, I'm
Right.
sorry.
Right. And if it is, then we'll give you credit and we'll
Oh,
sit back and say,
yeah!
okay, showtime. Let's go. But I'm with
Yes.
you. I think that's exactly what this game's going to feel like. And is there a mistake, that Dante Moore makes and you're just like, oh, this might
Yep.
not be good?
Alright, we both like Oregon, but we like Iowa to cover the spread. Alright, let's get to, let's rapid fire here. 3 SEC games and 1 pseudo SEC game or not ACC, excuse me, not SEC, ACC game.
Did you say
I will s
pseudo ACC, the
well, I
redheaded
mean, they play
stepchild
they
of
play an
Notre Dame?
ACC schedule. So let's start with Notre Dame Navy. Navy I just had last week, so I'll hit on that. Just a somewhat embarrassing loss for their quarterback who was they're not known for passing the football, but he's done a good job throwing the football this year and just had some really bad, costly turnovers in their loss against a really good North Texas team. But Navy got bullied, and I saw it in person. After the first drive, I was like, there's no chance they win this game. North Texas just said, "You're not big enough, and we're gonna run it down your throat over and over and over again." And now you're going against Notre Dame, who is the best tandem of running backs in the country and the best running back in the country in Jeremiah Love. Notre Dame may run the football for 400 yards in this game.
Right. Right.
Their quarterback
Well,
their quarterback may not need to throw the football.
yeah. Yeah. It'll be interesting, man, to see that just because, outside of one play, which I know we can't just say outside of one play because it happened. And 94 yards later, here goes Jeremiah Love screaming down the football field. But other than that, they were kind of obsolete running the football. It was not great and a
Oh, yeah.
not great showing. And what was fascinating to me going into that game after just having seen Louisville rush for 312 yards against Boston College the week before in person, I'm like, Notre Dame's going to have 500. I mean, they're going to
Yeah.
go forever, and they couldn't, and it was weird just to see that. So I don't know if BC just really sold out and fought like crazy to shut that down, or if there's some weird hiccup. In the Notre
I
Dame
think it's
game,
a
I
hiccup.
agree with you, and I think that's what it should look like. I like what CJ Carr did. Very efficient, very effective, right under 300 yards for a couple of touchdowns. And I do think overall, this Notre Dame team is ascending. Like they're playing much better, and the defense is doing their thing. That was kind of a interesting spot of the ball where preseason we thought they were going to be pretty good. After the first couple of weeks, we're like, we might have a problem here on the defensive side.
Well, I think at the end of the day, like for Navy, it's still a Navy offense. It's still an offense that is very difficult
Mhm.
to prepare for in only a week. Can you keep Notre Dame on your heels? Um, and can you just do what Vanderbilt's done for 2 years? Can you keep the ball for 35 to 40 minutes?
Right.
Can you steal 3 possessions from Notre Dame?
Yeah.
And I think if they do that, maybe you give yourself an opportunity to make this interesting. But once again, I just think Notre Dame, from what I saw Navy in person a week ago, is going to be, regardless of what happened a week ago versus BC, is going to be able just to line up and run it at will. And they themselves may actually win the time of possession when Navy's the one who needs to do that, not the other way around. So I don't know what's the spread here, whatever the number
28,
is, just get
28 and a half. I mean, it's a big number, huge number. Taking the
I'll take
Golden
it.
Domers?
Give me the Golden Domers. Damn,
Come
that's a lot.
on. I'm with you. I'm with
A
you. I
lot of
think they flex
points.
their muscles a bit.
Alright. Alright, 2 real quick, 2 legit ACC teams or
Come on.
games. Cal, Louisville. We all love Cal young quarterback. Can he get it done against Louisville in this matchup?
Yeah, he's fallen off a little bit, man. He's got a case of the turnover bug as of
Eh,
recently, and
eh,
had that walkover pick or walk off pick six against Virginia a week ago. That wasn't good, and just kind of putting the ball in jeopardy there. Louisville without their best player in Isaac Brown, so that's going to be fascinating to see. He might be done for the rest of the year. I hope not. He's such a
oh,
special player. But Duke Watson back, who that was 1A 1B a year ago. Those two guys were so special in the backfield, and just need to see more from Miller. Man, there's times where he's brilliant and there's other times where you're just like, what are you doing, brother? What are we doing here? So I think the defense will be the star of the show in this game. I think they get turnovers. I think they might score on that side of the ball. They're just tenacious. And this is a 20.5 point spread. It's a big, big number there.
I
But
don't like that
Cal,
number.
I don't either. Cal's struggling though. They have to come to Louisville. I think it's something like 60% of the teams, whoever has to do the trip, have not fared well. So obviously Cal making the trip across the country, I don't know if I wanna take the Cards with 20. I'll take them. I think they have a shot here. That's a
Yeah, I'll
big
take
number, though.
Cal with the points. There's a lot of
Yeah,
points. I still don't know if the Louisville offense is necessarily explosive enough to be able
especially
to,
without Isaac Brown. I mean, that's
yeah,
tough.
to really roll in that manner to be able to say, "Hey, we're gonna shut them out completely on
Yeah,
that side of the football."
yeah.
So I'll take Louisville to win, Cal to cover the points. Last game real quick, Wake Forest, Virginia, another really good matchup in the ACC. Wake's having a pretty good year. Obviously, we've known what Virginia has been able to do all season long. I like the Virginia football team. I like what they're doing on both sides. I love their quarterback. I love the skill on the outside. I think Virginia rolls in this matchup.
Yeah, I do too. It's only a 6.5 point spread. And Virginia, listen, Virginia's been flying near the sun, man. The
Yeah.
Bulldogs and the Cavaliers are just like, let us lose. No, we don't want to lose. We're just kidding. That's how they've been playing this game, man, for a while now. They did bounce back nicely against Cal, got the run game going. And of course, Wake Forest coming off just getting embarrassed by the Knowles in Tallahassee there. I think Virginia continues to roll. We're going to be there. Cannot wait. The ACC huddle will be there. Big, big matchup, and it's going to be a fun game. So we'll see.
All right, well, that is it for us. We appreciate you guys joining us here live, whether you're on YouTube or Twitter or Instagram or wherever you may be. Make sure you go follow us on those socials and on YouTube, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And that was our college football reaction and week 11 preview. It's crazy. We are in November, ladies and gentlemen. So a lot more excitement coming. We will have our special guest, JD Bakel, will be joining us on the Thursday show. So
Maybe.
make sure you stay tuned for that one. We go in big picture, get his thoughts on a lot of the games. Obviously, we'll touch a little bit more about this college football playoff poll, this first one, and many more as we look forward to the last few weeks of the regular season of the college football. So y'all enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night, and we'll see you back here on Thursday.
Sweet.